Nick Hanaeur's most provocative claim is that business tycoons are one step away from deification. By claiming to be job creators, they also impose a super dogmatic religious meta narrative of economics that self serves their egoic God complexes. In so doing, they benefit from appropriating the hierarchical structure that orthodox monotheistic religions have supplanted within human consciousness. Unsurprisingly, Nick's TED Talk was banned. TED wants to play nice with the elites. Whether it's mainstream science's biases, which Rupert Sheldrake's Exposing Scientific Dogmas talk addresses, or the corruption of big pharma, powerfully challenged by Graham Hancock's The War on Consciousness. So too, Nick disputes the oft-touted conservative economic ethos of the elites, the trickle-down method, and the ideology that business tycoons create jobs. What's ironic about Nick's criticism is that he himself identifies as an upper-class business person. So not only does he vocalize dissent, normally done by an underclass calling awareness to their oppressors, but he actually turns against his own people. And neither numbers nor reality of the trickle-down method adds up to anything really beyond nonsense. Nick presents a compelling alternative model of an economic ecosystem as a worker-sustained, reciprocal feedback loop, where the primary generators of jobs are actually middle-class consumers who do the bulk of the economic heavy lifting to create marketplace demand. Egoic business gods justify their fallacious stance based on a technicality that since they have money, they supply the jobs. But if consumers don't buy products, whether they're middle-class workers or upper echelons of the stock market, it wouldn't matter how much money tycoons have. No demand for a product in a capitalistic system, no corresponding jobs. TED Talk presenters like Nick have a commanding presence. They maintain strong eye contact with their audience, they scan the room accordingly, and possess keen visual spatial awareness. Confidence in their body language, emphatic gesticulations, and mannerisms are all readily employed, even while being videotaped. They use vocal inflections, pauses, and emphasis on select words to draw their listeners in. Since I'm highly attuned to the auditory world, these latter skills come more easily for me. But the visual spatial awareness it takes to pull off such a talk, plus the courage to stand in front of an audience full of strangers while being videotaped, present provocative information to them, and feel confident and able in your own skin to do so is just on another level. Some struggle to battle stigmas before they even speak. Others face grappling with discrimination, dysphoria, ability, and neurodivergencies. Practicing public speaking that's persuasive and confident is not only a skill, it's a privilege. One of my biggest obstacles to overcome is anxiety. I tend to get frozen on stage, hyper focus on what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. It's so hard to add more things into that process. So while I feel confident about my ability to articulate, create oracular impact, or have occasional moments of powerful presence, having consistent bodily and visual spatial awareness, not so much. Awareness doesn't translate to access. It's tough for me to balance the reality of how I inhabit the world with my passion for public speaking. I too want to challenge conventional and hegemonic presuppositions. I recognize the potential in the art of persuasive speech, and I will challenge myself to grow and do my best. But I struggle with the limitations of my finitude. When my health won't cooperate with my desire and ambition, I have to rectify that gap unconventionally, and that might look like lack. Because public speaking is not just about skill, but ability. And in an ableist world, that is a very tricky thing to navigate, especially when you're already going against the tide.